Hey, good morning, Seattle and Western Washington. We have another day of temperatures running a little bit below average, and that's really been the case this entire weekend. But if you like warmer temps and sunnier skies, well, that is on the way once we get beyond today. Let's take a look back at the numbers yesterday because it really was another day with those just unusually cool temps. 48 degrees was that high temp. At SeaTac, we should be up to 56, and you can see that morning low of 36. Ooh, chilly. The average morning low is 41. We did not record any precipitation yesterday, and we're running a little bit below average not only for the month of March, but for 2023. We have slipped into abnormally dry conditions in Seattle, all around Puget Sound, into the Cascades. We definitely need to pick up a little bit of rain in that rain bucket as we really start to see those average rain totals for the month start to go downhill after the month of April. Now today we have a chance to see a couple rain showers across the area. Not going to be too big of a deal, so if you're hoping to add some rain to the rain bucket or maybe just a little bit of rain to the garden, not going to see much of it today. Highs are going to stay a little bit on the cool side, upper 40s near the water, around 50 as you move inland just a few miles. So along the I-5 corridor for the northwest interior, highs will bounce into the 50s this afternoon. 50 in Linden, 51 for my friends in Mount Vernon, 50 in Stanwood, 50 in Arlington. Can't rule out a morning, early afternoon rain snow shower. Most areas stay dry, no accumulations are expected, and we could also see a couple of those spotty showers in parts of King as well as Snohomish County. But again, there's going to be plenty of sun breaks as well, not expecting a washout. 50 in Seattle, we should hit 56, so we're running 6 degrees below average. 50 on the east side in Bellevue, 48, so a touch cooler for my friends in Everett. There in Snohomish County and heading across Puget Sound, 49 in Bremerton. So if you're going to hop on the ferry and head over there, expect those highs in the upper 40 over there on the Kitsap. Heading south, southern parts of Puget Sound, temperatures this afternoon, upper 40s mainly, 48 Federal Way, 48 in Lakewood. Lacey's also going to be around 48, 47 in Tacoma, could hit 50 for Auburn, and if we get a couple more sun breaks in Puyallup, my friends there could also approach 50 by this afternoon. 46 in Olympia. Some morning rain and snow showers are possible there near Olympia, extending down towards Chehalis and the Willapa Hills. We could see a little bit of that rain-snow mixture, but no accumulations, no issues expected. We're going to be in the mid to upper 40s out along the coast. 46 in Long Beach, Aberdeen, good morning, 48 degrees, 48 for the folks down in Vancouver, a little bit closer to Oregon. Central and eastern Washington, Wenatchee, Ellensburg, going to see lower 50s, mostly sunny skies. Spokane, Pullman, they're near the Palouse, temps staying in the 40s with a little bit of a rain-snow mixture at times. That's going to be very spotty in nature, though, not really expecting any issues for eastern parts of Washington. Now, the rain chances that we're going to see, they're really not that good today, which I guess is good news because we all want to get out and enjoy the weekend weather. But there are some very spotty rain chances today that you could get under a brief shower, so just plan accordingly. But you don't need to cancel any of those plans, and future radar shows that the very spotty showers do stick around at times today. But notice in between those showers, there's a lot of clear skies as well, so you will see plenty of sun breaks late morning into the afternoon, and then by later on this evening, dinner time and later, it actually looks like we're going to start to dry out. So that's the good news. We'll see those drier conditions, and that's going to stick around into the upcoming work week. We're going to see some very nice weather on tap. Some of the nicest weather that we've seen so far this year is we have an area of high pressure building in, and those temps are finally going to get up to average tomorrow. We're talking about well above average by the middle of the upcoming week, so I think we'll take that. So what's going to happen is an area of low pressure that's developing is going to drop down the west coast. This is actually going to impact California. They don't necessarily need additional moisture, but that's what's eventually going to happen by late Monday into Tuesday. And we're going to see a high pressure starting to build over the Intermountain West, and we're going to kind of be sandwiched in between those two systems. So what's going to happen is that's really going to flip our winds offshore, so the Cascade foothill communities on the western slopes could see some gusty offshore easterly winds for late Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday time frame. And when you get those easterly winds, you typically get a little bit of a warming trend, and that's what we're going to see as we work our way into this upcoming week. We're going to see those temps get really nice. So again, average high 56 in Seattle. We hit that tomorrow right on tap, and then we're 59 on Tuesday, so 3 degrees above average. 62 on Wednesday. That will be the nicest day of the week if you like warm temps, which I kind of do this time of the year. 56 on Thursday, 52 on Friday, so it's looking pretty good on Thursday for the Mariners home opener. Holy cow, hard to believe that that is just 4 days and what, about 9 hours away, just depending on when you're watching this video. So excited for that. Now, I want to go a little bit outside of the Western Washington forecast. You know, parts of the South have been dealing with very high impact severe weather, and there's another round expected today. So I just want to take a look at that. That way, if you're just interested in the weather setup for that area, or if you have any family or friends in the Deep South, you can go ahead, give them a call, shoot them a message on Facebook or something, and just let them know, hey, are you doing okay? And let them know that there's that potential for some additional severe weather in parts of the South today. Unfortunately, there is a level 1, level 2, and level 3 severe risk from southeastern parts of Texas all the way into the Carolinas. So that yellow shaded area, that's a level 1 risk. That's the lower end risk, more isolated storms in nature. And then as you move your way toward level 2 and level 3, that's where there's a higher severe risk and more numerous severe storms are expected. And that level 3 risk does include parts of Mississippi that saw those damaging tornadoes. And by the way, the Jackson National Weather Service yesterday evening tweeted out their preliminary report on that tornado in Mississippi that caused those fatalities. Is rated an EF4. EF4 tornadoes can have winds between 160, or do have winds, I should say, not can, they do have winds between 166 and 200 miles per hour. Again, that is that preliminary report, so that can change as the National Weather Service survey teams continue to analyze and gather some of the data from that storm. But parts of Mississippi are in that level 3 risk today, so unfortunately more severe weather is expected for parts of the South. Tornadoes, damaging winds, large hail are all a possibility. And again, I know this is outside of our viewing area, but if you have any family or friends there, or maybe you're traveling down there to go to some of the Gulf beaches, just make sure that you are either aware of that severe potential, and you'll let your family and friends know if you have any down there along the Gulf Coast. 7-day forecast is looking a-okay, especially starting tomorrow. Again, we see sunny skies, temps at or above average. We start to cool down Friday though with a cold front that moves in, drops those highs down to 52 Friday and Saturday. It gets a little breezy, and we see increasing rain showers throughout the day Friday into our Saturday.